Today we will be making these two super cool pumpkins. I decided to do another fall, Halloween, whatever type of video because this is the only time of year I really get to do these videos and I really like these videos. So welcome to painting pumpkins. I like to use acrylic paint and you can use like a clear glossy spray over it to make it kind of waterproof if you want to bring it outside, because otherwise the acrylic paint will come right off when you put it outside, like in the rain and stuff. But otherwise, if you're keeping them inside, you don't have to do any of that. Just prep work real quick. Make sure you clean off your pumpkin and have it completely dried. Have your paintbrushes and your water and your towel and your paint, and we can get into the video. So we are going to start with our paintbrushes. As you can see, I have paintbrushes, I have my paint. For the first one, we are going to be using black and red paint, and that is it. And then the second one, we are going to be using blue paint. So we have my two pumpkins. They're both kind of small in size, but I have one white one and one orange one, and we have our towel and our water, and we're ready to paint. So I am going to get everything ready, and the best part is that you can draw whatever you want with a washable marker. Like you see, I have that giant paw print drawn on my pumpkin, and the best thing is with washable marker is with water and a towel, it comes right off. I actually had to draw my designs like 3 or 4 times, but it works because as long as your pumpkin is completely dried, then you will be able to restart and have a good design that you love. So now I have my design finally that I am kind of getting underway. I'm just putting the finishing touches, and again, I redid it a few times, but that's how I want mine. And now I'm gonna start painting. So you can really do it however colors you want. This is not really a tutorial video, but just some ideas for painting your pumpkins. I'm going to do the entire pumpkin black, and then, or no, I'm going to do the entire paw print black. I'm going to keep the pumpkin white, and the little heart in the middle is going to be red. So you can fill it in pretty much just how I did. You can do your red first. I think that would actually be easier. I kind of forgot about the red, so I had to do it in the middle of my black. Like I said, even acrylic paint will come off with water, so you can just take a little towel and wipe it off if you make a little mistake, and keep going and paint around it. That's what I had to do several times, and I think it worked well. Eventually, near the end, you will be able to wipe off all of your little markings and things that you didn't get to erase from the beginning that you still would like to erase. Also, although this looks okay here, I am going to do a second coat of it eventually. Again, this is just a reference. You can do whatever design you want. This is just an extra idea for it in case you didn't have many. So this is the opposite side of my pumpkin that I just did. Instead of doing 2, I just did the opposite side. So I literally just wrote love, and I used a paw print as the O. So in big block black letters, I am going to write the LVE, and in red, I'm going to put the paw print. I love this side. This is actually my favorite side of the pumpkin, and this was just so cute. Once again, you can fill this in however you want. I'm going to have to do 2 coats. You might be able to see it a little better with this example, but both are going to need 2 coats. I will also do 2 coats on my next pumpkin, just for reference if you need it. These are supposed to be very quick and easy designs for you to do right before Halloween. My next design is actually going to be using this orange small pumpkin, and as you can see, I have done the Mets logo because the Mets are my favorite baseball team. Normally the logo is orange and the background is blue, but for the sake of the pumpkin already being orange, instead of painting it blue and then going orange on top, I figured it was probably so much easier just to put the Mets logo in blue. So I did a rough sketch. I erased it with my towel many times. I redid it, and eventually I got to a sketch that I liked. And it does not need to be perfect because when I went through it with paint, I ended up fixing a lot of the mistakes that I did with the paint. And again, I will erase the lines that I made later that are still on the pumpkin as of now. You can really do whatever colors, whatever design you want. You can add glitter. I love glitter. You can have so many different ideas for your pumpkin. And I'm actually going to do the stem blue on that other pumpkin. You can see it in the background here while I'm trying to just touch up my other one that needs a second coat. But the pumpkin in the back with the Mets logo does have a colored stem, and I think it just ties it together and makes it look so much better. I say this a lot, but also after your first coat and you step back from it and you come back, you can also realize the figures that you liked and disliked, and you can still have the time to change them while you're painting your second coat, because that gives you a little bit of area to work with and change up a little bit before everything is set in stone. So I definitely have said this before, but you can change whatever you want on it. You can see at the bottom of my pumpkin now, it looked too much like a heart shape, and that's kind of how I base the base of my footprints off of. But just by changing it a little bit so it looked like less of a point and more of an overall arc, it looks much better. I am also right now going to try and do a second coat of my letters with the paw print. Again, this is my favorite side and it's so easy to do. This is the final product of the white pumpkin. As you can see, we have our block letters with the paw print. After 2 coats, everything's like completely filled in. You can always touch it up a little bit in the spots that you think have a little less. Yes, I know there is an orange stripe on the bottom. I'm going to wipe that off, but it is super easy to wipe off paint, especially before it's dried, but even after it's dried, water will take off any acrylic paint. So lastly is our Mets symbol, and we are just going to finish doing our second coat on that one. This one's a little bit harder because it has more angles to do, but it is still very easy because all you are doing is filling in what you already have. Also, I think you can see underneath me, I put an old table placemat or table mat on my desk. It definitely helps, and the material mine is made out of with that weird plastic is also like a mini paint palette right for you. You can pour a little bit on and paint right off of there, and it works so well. As you can see, I already have paint stains on there, but they're old for a reason, and if not, we would have just thrown them out. So you can remake them as almost like a little tarp, but a safe one that can also hold your paint. As you can see, I'm just real quick touching up the stem too, and that is pretty much it. This is a very simple and easy video that pretty much anyone can do these designs. You can trace something onto it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is the final product of the Mets emblem with the stem that is also dyed. This is pretty much just like 3 ideas for pumpkin painting that you can do that are better than the normal pumpkin faces. And I think that concludes our video. Thanks, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and turn on the post notification bell so you know when I post my videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got some ideas to paint your pumpkins, or already did paint your pumpkins and follow along with this little tutorial-ish type video. Hope you have a nice pumpkin display. Happy fall.